In 2015, Apple gave us one of the greatest laptops of all time, and 10 years later, it is still going strong. No need for USB-C dongles, no butterfly keyboard, and the glowing logo on the back. Today, I'm going to revisit the 2015 MacBook Pro. We'll see why it's still loved and whether it's still worth it in 2025. This 15-inch MacBook Pro was released in mid-2015 with a Retina display and was Apple's flagship laptop. This one is mine, and it's got 1TB SSD storage, an i7 quad-core processor, 16GB of DDR3 RAM, it's got the AMD Radeon R9 inside, the display has a huge 2880 by 1800 pixels, while the screen is still only 60Hz, it is such a high resolution that it just still holds up today. This was the last of this design before Apple changed things in 2016. It's thin, but not too thin. It has the iconic glowing Apple logo on the back, and this was the last MacBook to do so. There's two USB-A ports, the HDMI port, an SD card reader, MagSafe 2, and also two Thunderbolt 2 ports. This laptop also has the incredible scissor switch keyboard. This was before the dreadful butterfly keyboard they released with the 2016 models. It's such a good keyboard that I think it's even better than the keyboards in all of the Apple Silicon MacBook Pros today. By today's standards, it's not very powerful. It does have a quad-core i7, but only going up to 2.8 GHz. It does have 16GB of RAM, but only DDR3. Then the Radeon R9, it's pretty bad. You're not really going to be playing any games on here. Being macOS, there's not an incredible library of games anyway, but you can get a good session of RuneScape on here, which is the only game that I actually played with this. The macOS on here is Monterey, which is a few years old now, but still very good. You still got all the features you'd want on here. It's still perfectly functional for any task you can throw at it. Despite the age of this MacBook, it handles video editing and photo editing extremely well. You can edit 4K video on here, although don't push it too far as the CPU will start to struggle. Photo editing is perfectly fine until you reach the export stage. For both photo and video, exporting on here is extremely slow. You can get away with it with photography, but if you're trying to export video, I wouldn't even bother. It takes such a long time, especially with 4K video files. You'd be better off importing your project to another PC and exporting like that. It's really slow. It's also worth noting that Adobe is no longer supporting Monterey, so you will be stuck on older versions of their programs such as Premiere Pro, Photoshop and Lightroom. It won't even let me re-download Creative Cloud to show that it's not supporting old versions of macOS now. While the design of the MacBook is incredible, this comes from a time where fan noise was a big problem. If you start doing anything slightly intensive with this MacBook, it does turn into a PS4. The fans kick in and it gets really loud. Now, going up against the new MacBooks of today, I don't quite recommend the 2015. While it was the best MacBook of the 2010s, the 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros that released in 2021 using Apple's own silicon absolutely destroy everything else. They are completely in a class of their own, and the fact that they've now brought back all the features that made this 2015 MacBook incredible as well, along with all the modern upgrades. They've brought back the keyboard, they brought back MagSafe, high refresh rate displays, a 1080p webcam, and an absolutely incredible notch at the top of the screen. And every year they continue to get better and better, especially this year with the release of the M5 chip. So 10 years later, the 2015 MacBook Pro is just incredible. It's a reminder of Apple's golden era of design, the perfect balance of power, practicality and personality. But with the new Apple Silicon MacBook Pros, it is starting to age. Is it worth picking up? If you can find one at a cheap price, maybe. It will do everything you need it to do. Would I buy another one in 2025? I don't think so. I think I'd go for a 2021 MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip. The price of them has dropped quite a lot, I think it makes a lot more sense to buy a 4-year-old laptop versus buying a 10-year-old laptop, especially only for a few $100s more. The 2021 MacBook Pro is going to last a significantly longer time compared to the 2015, which is already losing software support and doesn't have updates anymore other than security updates, and software like all the Adobe suite is no longer supporting it, because this MacBook, while it is incredible, it is 10 years old. While it does hold its value very well, it is very old.